Why is forgiving yourself for your past mistakes important when it comes to your fitness and weight loss journey? Let's talk about that today. Good morning, guys. This is Gary Drum with Killing a Fat Guy and killingafatguy.com. And today is Mindset Monday, where we talk about the importance of your mindset when it comes to your weight loss and fitness journey. You know, I got an interesting question today that I want to talk about, and that is forgiving yourself for your own mistakes and failures. And why is that important for your fitness and weight loss journey? Well, let's talk about what it means to hold on to issues with yourself, with not forgiving yourself. What happens to you psychologically when you don't forgive yourself for your own mistakes and your own failures? Well, I think what really happens when you don't forgive yourself kind of goes back to what we talked about last week when we talked about beliefs. When you don't forgive yourself, you will develop a belief that you are not worthy. That for some reason, because of some mistake or because of some failures that you've made in the past, you're not going to believe that you are worthy of all of the good things that could come about if you continue on this fitness journey that you've decided to take. So it's very, very important that you let that stuff go, that you find a place where you can forgive yourself for your own mistakes and your own failures. You know, the truth is we're all human. We all make mistakes. Let's take a little bit of a slice from my story. At one time, I was 340 pounds. I made a lot of mistakes to get to 340 pounds. I ate a lot of the wrong foods. I sat around on the couch eating Doritos and not doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't training. I didn't have any goals, really, with regards to my fitness and weight loss or weight management. So what did that do to me? Well, the more I did that, the worse I felt about myself until I reached a point of satiation, which I just absolutely had enough. I was done. I was tired of being 345 pounds. I hurt all the time. I was having all kinds of health issues. I was ending up in the hospital basically every year. So it's just lots and lots and lots of problems. And every time that happened, it really chipped away at my self-esteem, at what I felt about myself. I'm a pretty firm believer that you can't get to 340 pounds or nearly 350 pounds and love yourself. You just can't. There's no way you can love yourself and treat your body that way. So back to my story. 345 pounds. I reached this point. I said, that's enough. I'm going to stop this. I conceive of this idea of a fat guy in my head and a fit guy in my head. And we talked about that on another episode of Mindset Monday a couple of weeks ago. I conceived of this idea and I decided in my mind, I'm going to kill that fat guy. I'm going to kill that voice in my head. I did a pretty good job. I lost 70 pounds, got down into the 200s, a little bit on the high side of the 200s. Lost a ton of weight. I was looking really good, looking really fantastic. And then, bam, life hits me with all kinds of stuff. And then I start going into that pattern again with my thinking. The same thoughts that were happening before. I can't really do anything about it. I'm not really worthy of it anyway. Had some problems in my relationship, had some problems with my health, I had some problems with family, and I sort of let all of that stuff start to tear me down so that I stopped. I never forgave myself for what I had done in the past. So when something big happens, big problem in the relationship, all of that energy points back at me. It's my fault. I'm the problem. It's always me. I'm the problem. When the health stuff starts happening, it's me. I'm the problem. I'm always the problem. I'm not worth doing what I need to do to stay healthy. When the health stuff happens with my family, for some reason, it's me. I'm not worthy. I can't have happiness. I don't deserve happiness. I don't deserve a happy, successful, healthy life. Why? Because I never forgave myself for the things that I've done that I'm not proud of, the things that I've done that are mistakes, the things that I have done that were just outright failures. I had failures in businesses that also, it's me. I'm the reason. And the reason I'm the reason is because I am not worthy. Then I had this idea. You have to forgive yourself. I have to just say to myself, Gary, take responsibility for the things that you're responsible for. Absolutely. You're not healthy right now. You're overweight right now. You ballooned back up from 270 pounds to 320 pounds. How did you do that? Okay, it took me 5 years, but 5 years of just beating myself up and not forgiving myself for my mistakes and my failures. You have to forgive yourself for your mistakes and your failures. It's important because it just chips away at your belief and image of yourself and what you're capable of and what you're worthy of. So I ballooned back up to 320 pounds. And a few weeks ago, it just hits me. Why am I doing this? I deserve so much more than this. The relationship problems were not all me. It couldn't be all me. Relationships are two-way streets. The health problems that I was having, some of it was genetic, and I really didn't deserve it, but it just turned out to be a genetic situation. I guess I'm genetically predisposed to some of the health issues I was having. My father was diabetic. My great-grandmother was way morbidly obese, a woman who weighed like 400 pounds. She was huge. So there's some genetic factors in there that weren't my fault. That's not to say I don't take responsibility for my part in things. I do. The problems in our relationship that were my fault, I address those. I take responsibility for my part. And that's one of the first steps you have to do when it comes to forgiving yourself. Focus in and take responsibility for the things that are on your shoulders. I have this term that I use called radical responsibility. I came up with this concept about, 6 or 7 months ago. I've got it on a whiteboard behind me here, or to my side here. Radical responsibility, in which I'm saying everything that's going on in my life, every circumstance, every event, every reflection that I'm having in my life, all of that is my responsibility. I have my responsibilities. Epictetus is one of my favorite philosophers, and he said that there are things that are in our power and things that are not in our power. And really, the only thing that is in our power is our opinions. Because our opinions, as we talked about, shape our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our convictions, and our convictions what drive us towards action. So if I can realize and recognize that my opinions drive my actions, what I believe is what I'm going to act upon. If I realize that my opinions drive my actions, I've got to examine those opinions. But I have to take responsibility for the things that I am responsible for. And for the things I'm not responsible for, other people, genetic factors, the world outside, I have to let all that go. That's not my fault. It is not my fault how other people treat me. Whether or not those other people forgive me for my mistakes is not my fault. It's my fault to stand up, take responsibility, be a man, and say, hey, I screwed up here. This is what I did. I recognize what I did. I'm sorry. That's a good way to start. So, take responsibility for yourself so that you can forgive yourself. Because once you forgive yourself, it's just like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders. If you've ever done squats, which I'm sure some of you have, and if you haven't, you really need to be putting that in your workout program. When you're doing squats, you've got all that weight and it's on your back and it's dragging you down. That's the whole point, is it drags you down, but you push yourself back up. And that's how your legs get stronger. So think of all of those stresses and all of those things that you were carrying around as just weights that are weighing you down. And then take it off and just put it on the bar and let it go. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Not all your past mistakes and failures are totally 100% your fault. It is impossible for all of your past mistakes and failures to be 100% your fault. There are parts that you're responsible for. You got to take responsibility for those, but recognize which ones are your responsibility and which ones are out of your control. And the ones that are out of your control, you don't worry about. So what was in my control? What did I decide to do? I decided to look at myself, and I started watching some of my old Killing a Fat Guy videos, and I started listening to what I was saying, because there was a lot of things that I was saying as I was going through my first journey to lose that 70 pounds that really helped to shape my mind and push it in the right direction. Forgive myself for my past. Let it go. Take responsibility for the things that I can take responsibility for, that I have the ability to take action upon and change. And the things that I don't have the ability to change, I just leave them alone. They're not my responsibility. I can't do anything about them. What can you do? You can look at your diet. What are you putting in your mouth every day? What are you eating? What are you consuming? You can go out and you can train. You can exercise. You don't have to lift weights to train. You can do cycling. You can do swimming. You can do running. It depends on what you enjoy doing. I enjoy lifting weights. Some people don't enjoy lifting weights. Do what makes you feel good about yourself. And then that starts to snowball. And the more you go, the more success you have. And the more success you have, the better you start to feel about yourself, and the more you're going to go and do. But it starts with forgiveness. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for your failures. And go out there and create the world that you want to have. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today on the Killing a Fat Guy Mindset Monday. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and share on this video. Also, check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Killing a Fat Guy. And if you would, subscribe. And you can get more of these videos as I continue this Mindset Monday series. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again next week.